Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Nuke is done. You see the highlights here, and now we're going to go into Inferno. It's a best of 3 between Astralis and North, and that first map was really great. I'm not sure if the scoreline really does it justice, but I think Inferno could be just as good.
Certainly does justice to the second half. Astralis seemed to really warm up, and once they switched sides, it was kind of all over. Yeah, Inferno equally can be difficult, obviously. The Dust touched on it, the way that Astralis has kind of really changed the way this map has to be played with all the coordinated utility they've been throwing out. This is one of those maps where, I forget who said it. I don't know if it was Alex or Chad, but one of them said, you know, this is just one of those maps against Astralis where you just have to accept the fact that every single round you're going to be playing with one of your teammates on like 50 HP just automatically. Like, he just starts at half health.
Yeah, it's no fun at all, is it? We have seen a lot of other teams adopt it, though, so...
Yeah, not with the same flair, not with the same excitement around it.
Not yet, but I think we'll get there eventually. I think this is going to be an interesting game. We saw MSL AWP really well on this map, and he just kind of picked up the AWPing on Nuke. I'm not really ready to call him, you know... If we get to the end of 18 and we have you know, Simple and Fallen and MSL as the top 3, it's going to be weird.
You're not allowed to talk about oppers because you have that little gentleman's bet with Henry about Markelov being one of the best oppers of 2018, and that's not gone well for you.
Yeah, I think I said top AWP or something.
Yeah, you did. I think you guys established like top 4 or something like that.
Something like that. Listen, here's the thing though.
And then he retired 2 months later.
Here's the thing though. If he's retired, then technically it's a no contest. That's how it works. Listen, Moses, if you bet on a horse race and one of the horses dies before the race, it's not like the bet's just voided.
Yeah, he's not dead Henry, though. He spent a couple months as an opera and he said, you know what, this isn't for me.
Yeah, but he's not even in the game anymore, so...
Yeah, he gave up.
So listen,
we'll get Twitter away on that one. Either way, second map coming up. North has to win it. This isn't any kind of an elimination game or anything like that, so no worries. We'll still see North playing again.
Yes. I mean, I think this North team needs a win, right? They need something to propel them forward in this tournament.
Are we talking about like a series win, like a statement series, or are you talking about like they need like a win of an event to make them feel a little bit better?
Don't think it has to be a whole event, but you know.
Well, they won Valencia recently. Valencia
yeah. But they need something more now. I think they need like to take down like a top team. Winning against Astralis here would be that'd be just the thing to do it, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Something to make this team feel a little bit better, I think. But I am still impressed. Like there was some discussion about you know, sort of MSL and how much talent he's had to work with over the years, and whether or not it's been converted into the right amount of victory and all of that. But at the same time, like, they sure are working hard, right? Like they sort of keep grinding, and I know they're putting a lot of time into the game, and now they have all these resources outside of it.
Yeah.
I really think, as time goes on, if they can make this constellation of players work, and then they have Abe in the background, I think it's going to be interesting. I really think Abe is going to be able to help them maybe a little bit more than most people realize. I think he's got more up his sleeve than is apparent.
Yeah, probably. I mean, you still have to be able to put it together in the server as well, or else, I mean, he's not going to be able to help anything. But yeah, I think the story of North is that they've just been steadily improving, not as fast as we'd like, not as fast as we expect. But I think, I mean, obviously, if that North we just saw on Nuke, if they played like that against, you know, the other competition, right? I think they'd be feeling much more comfortable in their spot. But at this point for North, it's about gaining some confidence. This is the map they chose as well. Gonna feel comfortable. We saw them beat Tyloo on it yesterday. It wasn't the prettiest win, but it was a pretty solid win. And this time they're gonna start on the defense as well, so maybe get a little bit of an easier first half, you'd hope. Of course, they had that on Nuke as well. Didn't go well, but here we are. Pissed around coming up. Freeze time at about 5 seconds. North looking for that win to extend this series to a third map, which would be Mirage if we can get there. And Astralis hoping to just kind of close it out and have a leisurely rest of the day.
Yes, indeed. The desk did predict that it was going to be a 2-0, so maybe they are right about that. We'll see how it goes here on Inferno. Just a quick jump for Nico to check that second mid. Pretty much always a good idea, especially in the pistol, to just get a little bit of information. Easy, taking a risk. There's a tower waiting for him on the other side, and he's going to go down. We don't see those anymore, but in 1.6, people did those towers all over the place, right?
Yeah, those were everywhere. It's a lot of fun. Now, like a little bit of a crossfire setup, bait and switch that we have going on. MSL and KRB still holding top banana, so they don't want to relinquish this whatsoever. Even man down, they choose to make their stand here at top banana. Nico and Valda pretty aggressive at brackets over towards the A bomb site, so North knows no one is pressuring that side of the map. They can maintain this aggression, but everyone from Astralis here, they've got plenty of utility as well. Flashbang's coming over. If just MSL has a missed timing and gets caught,
yeah,
they're going to be in a tough spot.
I was going to say one good flashbang, because both these people need to be alive and shooting when they turn the corner. MSL's quite far out. He's going to be falling back. Great headshot from Kirby, but it can't be followed up, and MSL knows this is all on him right now. There's a little bit of backup coming in, though. Valda's actually pretty close by. He's quick with the rotation, and they are going to commit to it. Magus gets the kill on MSL, and now Valda has to fall back. The bomb will be planted, and Sip is already hiding. He knows no one's coming here. They know that no one's going to be coming in from this side, and it actually looks like Nico and Valda are just going to say, we can't fight this. Magus with 3 kills in the round.
Yeah, he did a stellar job. Good trades from him. Obviously, the opening kill was pretty nice on that stack, but afterwards, just frag as device goes down as they make progression into the bomb site. Very, very good round from Israel. Just basic stuff as well. I actually like the decision that North made to take that fight, to take that stand there. I actually don't mind that whatsoever. Obviously, if they had just gotten that, one more kill out of it, it could have been a little bit more interesting. Nico's going to get tagged up, but finding some frags and taking the P250 away from Glaive. No chance of winning, obviously, and there's Astralis with a pistol. We'll see if they can convert the second round. Both teams struggle with that on Nuke.
I'd imagine it'd be a slight bit easier for Astralis on this map. It's not that you still have some close-range fights against the pistol, but it's so much easier to use grenades on Inferno, I feel like. Like the Molotovs that they've picked up here, they can burn out a lot of the corners that are most likely. It should be decent. 1-0 in favor of Astralis here on Inferno. And they've picked up quite a few UMPs, Mag-10, Galil. So, yeah, they've got the weaponry to fight more or less anything here.
And overall, treating this like a gun round with the amount of utility that they've picked up. Look at the aggression down mid, Valda peaks to the right side. Magisk is able to force him away. They've even got MSL on the other, ready to go. And actually, they want to pressure this. Using a lot of utility early on, and here it comes. Dupree's going to lead the way with the Mac-10. No real loss if he goes down, and MSL. If you remember yesterday against Tyloo, MSL and Valda loved playing close up to these smokes, and they do it again here, but all that attention towards the A bomb site. The footstep, the massive amount of smokes and flashes pulled everyone away from B. It's just AZ, but he's got a headshot. He can't follow it up. He's out of bullets. But this is a fighting entrance into the B bomb site. North have a real chance. Here's the flank coming in, and MSL's got 2.
Oh my god, the damage he did with that Deagle AZ. He almost got the double. A little bit of an attempt there. Glaive with the spray on 1. They've got to be able to get him down here. He's trapped in the corner at 40 health. They've got armor on both, and they're going to get him. Nico taking that kill, but I mean, MSL in that round, triple for him, but a lot of it is got to be credited to AZ as well. Just the fact that he was on that corner, he got the 1 kill, he almost got the double.
He had the delay as well. The kill's great. I like the decision from MSL, obviously. As soon as he gets that kill and realizes what's happening, pushing down mid, just immediately taking the gamble and just saying, this is the only way we win this round if I can get to that B bomb site quick enough. Especially when AZ stops them cold in their tracks. I said AV. I combined 2 names.
It's good. I like it. A lot of grenades. Nobody really getting touched, but it happened again, Moses. Every pistol round so far has been converted by the other team.
Why not?
Really interesting.
Spectacular scenes here at the CORSAIR DreamHack Masters Stockholm.
Don't get to see that all the time. I mean, a team like Astralis, you would expect that they could hold on to that those wins, but haven't been able to yet. Might be a big chance for North here. Again, to establish some sort of win early on, although Glaive with that 1 AK taking the face off of AZ, and there was no one else there. I mean, Kirby's kind of nearby, but if they make it through right now, it's not clear that he can stop them.
It'll be interesting to see how they manage this AK as well. Do you want Glaive to keep going with low HP to lead the way, or do you want the SMG when he stays at range? Good trade from Magisk, still 1 more, and he gets dropped like a sack of potatoes.
He even tried to get back to the smoke, Kirby. I think he realized, oh, hold on.
This is not going to go well for me.
So, Astralis decide to pick up that 1 AK, and they get the opening they needed. What a great open. That's 1 kill for Glaive, but it matters so much.
It puts that support player at the B bomb site in so much panic, doesn't it? If you get that pick into the bomb site, the other one's on the CT spawn side, and all he can really do is throw smoke. And I think even beyond that, the smoke actually landed in a Molotov and plumed in a way that wasn't actually covering the choke points. We realized he couldn't actually peek CT spawn if he wanted to. Roman needs to save this weapon. He's going to go down.
Yeah, really, really wanted to save that weapon. Not only does he lose it, but Free's going to be able to pick it up. So a lot more money on the side of Astralis now. And I think I'm seeing some smiles on that side as well. You never want that.
You really don't. Oh, great shot. A little bit of a duel as well. That was a fight that didn't need to be committed to.
So, 4th round, they buy everything they can on the north side, which is not really all that much. So, when you have this low utility on the CT side, do you try and play the same game where you buy time, or do you have to do something else here?
I think, well, obviously you want Nico and the M4 on Kirby to be the two kind of main points of content, but you have to play the stall game a little bit. You want to keep these smokes as long as possible, and actually, oddly enough, it's Astralis that kind of shows... I mean, I know we talk a lot about, you know, their abilities. There's the top flash peak, great find, but better trade. That is a pretty critical trade for Glaive as well. But, I mean, they're the ones, Astralis, on those second rounds. If they lose pistol on their CT side, they've shown us how to use, you know, just CZs and smokes to really stall out a round and really funnel an opponent somewhere. And you want to have that same kind of principle.
Wheezy able to use the smoke to pick up the rifle. That's something. Keep those alive. Yeah, they're making their way back. A boost from Ralda. Just a Nico down on low ground, taking most of the attention right off the bat. That's a really good setup. He sprays and gets the other two. That's a nice triple to really shut down the round. That was such a simple setup, and normally you would have expected that there would have been more flashbangs to set up that kind of push to top mid so that Nico can't just... He was not flashed for any moment of that.
It is kind of an easy thing to say, oh my god, Astralis has so much utility, so many flashbangs that they could have used, but at the same time, remember, you know, Astralis is kind of trying to hide their movements. They don't want a stack to come in. They don't want to be facing a bomb site with 3 people, so they're trying to just use a minimal amount, smoke off the left side, get up quickly, not barrage so many flashbangs that it's kind of going to give up the game. Regardless, just a great stand from Nico. He's had a couple of those. He had him on Nuke as well, a nice CT side triple kill to kind of save the day. So we see him being very effective in spots and usually in mid-round equal situations.
So just trading rounds back and forth. Nobody's won more than 1 round. No back-to-back rounds yet. Astralis have enough money to force, I guess. Which seems like that's what they're going to do. Again, Magus and Glaive are at the top of the scoreboard right now for Astralis, but Sip, Dupree's got 1 kill each device on 0.
It's pretty interesting seeing Astralis do this kind of style with the 2 AKs and the Deagle and, you know, a couple players with just pistols and everything like that. This is a style that actually has given them a lot of trouble as well. Probably the most trouble we've seen during this dominant stretch of theirs. When you think to watching, you know, Na'Vi able to take them out, I believe that was at Cologne, where this kind of, you know, constant pressure forced by 2 AKs and pistols behind it and a lot of utility was able to keep the AWP away, was able to keep a lot of utility out of their hands on the defensive side, and they've kind of seemingly trying to assimilate that. Obviously, on a map like this as well, these kind of grind-out rounds and these force buys are always a little bit more deadly to the CT side. Good find there, though. Good aggression towards Banana. This time, Magis gets caught. That's one of the AKs on the ground immediately. Even his teammate that wanted to come with him cut off by utility. Smart play from Kirby as well, stepping in front of that smoke to make sure the rifles couldn't be salvaged. Awkward exchange there. He actually threw the gun closer to them.
Yeah, I think he just wanted the AK-47. He's still going to pick up the kill on Glaive, and more are coming. He's going to get 1 more headshot, taking down Device. But Kirby shutting down the round, pretty much winning it in that double kill. That Molotov was always going to catch him. I don't think there was any way to really survive that. And Sip wants to see if he could do a bit more. At least find a rifle to fight with. There's the AK picked up, but they're coming in from the other side. And there's no chance at all. North winning a round and shutting down the Astralis economy. What a great fight for North there at Banana. And it's not always easy on the CT side. Really hard to fight here early in the rounds. Maybe it helps that Astralis didn't have too many grenades, but still.
I think the big thing was just Magis just kind of, I don't know if he maybe expected a different timing whatsoever, but North, that was just such a hyper-aggressive peak to take out Magis because the first one. And once you get that first player, especially if the second one for Astralis gets caught behind that smoke and they get kind of split. Either way, here we go again. Overwhelming aggression. All players meeting in Banana. Kirby, they line up for him. Decent trades from Astralis, but so much time for Nico to get here. Use that utility with safety, and it's just nothing to do. M4, no armor, he's just going to jump. Oh, no, he's not.
Yeah, it looked like he just wanted to go for it. I mean, I don't think it's probably not going to matter that much what he does. the lack of armor and the fact that he's weirdly boxed in. It's just trying to see if he can maybe break it open, but they've got a pretty good setup right now, North. Nobody challenging him. Wait until he walks into the crossfire, and then that should pretty much be the end of it.
Outside of the round where Astralis kind of rotated back towards A, this just has been, you know, all B bomb site. It's been all down to Banana Control fighting for it and kind of living or dying by the success you find there. So see how that changes. Zipnik's making plenty of noise. Not a great chance no matter what he did.
It's kind of impressive that he managed to get all the way up there and above. And it's got to be frustrating for him as well. He's got quite far into the bomb site, just can't find anybody at all. But regardless, that's 3 in a row now for North, making it 4-2 overall in their favor. And it's looking great. Nico is 8-0 right now. He's not died yet, and that's going to be helping him out later on, surely.
4 players head over towards Banana early on for North. MSL and Volda both there with Caribbean AZ, who are going to stick around. Now they're rotating back towards A. And I think that's a lot of attention. And Glaive, yeah, he's called it. He's called the audible MSL. That's a mistake. You're going to go dead. No, you're not. You recover, and Glaive had you outplayed. Nicely done from MSL, but they still have to hold on to the site. 4 players here now on the defense.
What a recovery, and Astralis feel like they've got to go for it. They've already signaled it. They've already spent a lot of grenades here. They're shutting down Nico inside of the pit. First death handed to him. Valde gets overwhelmed. Too many people there, and MSL can go down through the smoke. So in spite of that incredible recovery from MSL, it wasn't enough. They still wrap around on the quad side and get the bomb site with the bomb down and everything. They're going to have to escape. Caribbean AZ just running and hiding in the B bomb site. So that's kind of shocking to me.
North had 4 players there. Did they have too many players that just got stuck on wrap side and didn't actually commit to rotating into the bomb site? Because they killed 1 in pit, the other was kind of along that graveyard wall. So did they just not get enough bodies that were there? As that's the only thing I can think of. But I mean, what a weird round, obviously. So what was it? North sent 4 players towards the B bomb site. They threw those 2 nades down, and then they had the other 2 players there to throw a double nade, delayed just a little bit, trying to lure Astralis, saying the double nade's already come out, we can move forward now and then catch the double nade. When those 2, Astralis make the decision, okay, there's going to be 2 late getting over towards wrap side. Glaive obviously thought he could beat him, misses the kill. Still able to come up lane before North is able to properly rotate and get situated.
Yeah,
a lot of improv, essentially, in that round.
Just a lot of improv, you're right. I think what helped Astralis as well, getting that A bomb site, is once they got Nico in the pit, you could kind of tell that all of their focus was on either library or the bomb site itself. Like, they were not worried about anyone being in apartments or a second player in pit or anything, or anyone in graveyard. Like, they just knew all of the focus has to go here, and that kind of helped them out, I think. Whereas sometimes when you hit A, you get a little bit confused about just how many people are in different spots, and you end up, you have to check behind you all the time. Or
well, I mean, the funny thing is, the reason why they probably think that a little bit is because, I mean, how frequently do you face, 4 people at Banana, right? So, like, that probably caught them off guard a little bit, and they're like, all right, well, surely there can only be 1 at the A bomb site, and likely he's got to be pit, balcony, one of those areas.
Let's see how it works out this time. Astralis getting back into it early on after losing a couple of rounds in a row. MSL sneaking up. That's a good shot on Dupree again. Just looking much better. If you had asked me before this tournament, if you'd said, North are going to try MSL,
definitely his.
Why?
Yeah.
Why are you doing MSL opening?
Maybe that's why they didn't, announce it.
Yeah, don't want to be mocked by the community, but it's really working out great. And Glaive will take him down. MSL getting a little bit too maybe aggressive, but
that's the thing I was going to say is the shots from MSL with the AWP are looking pretty nice. He's made some positional decision errors and judgment calls with the AWP in his hands. This is a weird round for North, though. Even having that opening kill, Glaive gets control of wrap side. It's just Nico. They've abandoned him. They've overstacked this B bomb site. This has been a criticism of North's defense on Inferno in the past, but they don't properly clear pit. Nico not able to do anything more. And you almost feel like now North, I think they're going to come up and maybe just apply some pressure and see if they can get 1 kill early, but I think they'll choose to save if they don't find what they want very quickly.
Yeah, it's going to have to be really quick. They have a couple of flashbangs and Molotov there, so if they could isolate somebody, maybe it's possible, but they are quite far away from the action, and you can already tell they're not really rushing to get here. They're not sort of just, charging the corners to try and see if they could find anything. They've got a couple of seconds right now to maybe find a shot. If they could have got Glaive then, that would have been a good opportunity, but they're running out of time really swiftly. Grenade down towards the pit. They're getting a bit closer. And that's a good kill, and they are all going to get shot down here. They're unable to escape. A good round for Astralis, and you're absolutely right. This is something... I think one of the most heartbreaking moments that we saw was actually at the Major, the last one in Boston, where
oh, yeah.
North did this on Inferno. It was really, really close. I can't remember.
They did like 3 or 4 gamble stacks,
yes.
like right in a row. Like one of the bomb sites, they were just like blind stacks as well.
Yeah, and I think they have like a word for it in the team, which is like you know, sort of like go all in on a bomb site essentially, right? So they have like a way of thinking that it pays off, but when it doesn't, it does look. I can't help but imagine that when it doesn't work, it must have an impact on the team in some way, right? Like
yeah, there's got to be someone on the team that like thinks it's a silly idea, and he's just like, "I told you so."
Yeah, you're like, "Oh man, that didn't really work out." Right?
It's just weird in the context of that last round as well.
Okay.
It's just weird in the context of that round as well because Glaive had gotten up rap side, right? He found that kill on MSL is peeking in towards practice. And so what's the logic behind it is like, okay, we lost MSL at the A bomb site. We've got 1 player there. Let's put the other 3 in B. Like we know he's got mid. We know he's got rap side if he wants it. Like stack B bomb site. It only makes sense if your end goal is going to be to save those rifles. Maybe we're thinking too deep into it. Either way, it is one of those rounds that maybe there's some logic that they had behind it, but it did kind of look silly. It's going to be 5-4 for Astralis.
Well, I almost imagine that if you talk to MSL, he would say no, but I saw a certain pattern in what was going on that I recognized from demos or scrims or whatever, and I just had to make that call.
It's fair play.
I guess my feeling would just be, if the team is in on it and everyone agrees that if it works, then it's great. We get like a sick call and we win. But if it doesn't, that's fine, no problem. We just move on, right? But I really think it's dangerous if the team doesn't have that mentality, right? Because for me that would be a little bit triggering.
Yeah. Yeah, perhaps. Here we go again. Round number 10. Glaive has found his courage in this map as he solo takes Banana. He just swings out wide behind the Molotov. And look at that pressure. Look what it's done. That's mission accomplished for Glaive. Smoke used by 1 defender of this B bomb site at 1:30, which means they can't really stall this out as it goes on. It's also going to keep Caribou here at this B bomb site a little bit longer because he has to use the follow-up smoke if there's going to be any pressure, which obviously these smokes will provide. And Astralis just going to go with it. MSL caught being blind, spread through the smoke, and no one can see anything. MSL ride or die on this play here, misses the shot. Now he's going to go down. Kirby couldn't get involved quick enough. Coming through, it's desperation, and that's the B bomb site lost for the moment.
Still a 3-on-3, and Corsair's kind of close, and the other 2 coming up and out, and there might be a chance to spray right through the wall and taking down Sip. That's what they needed. The smoke evaporates, and Ace is going to win that fight. Now it's all on Device, and as we said, he's been a little bit missing from this game so far. 1 versus 3. He's already got the 1 kill. Scoped up with the AWP. The jump, he gets it anyway on Nico, shutting him down mid-air. He misses the next one, and Valder will take him down. The defuse is in. That is so close for Device, but not quite enough. It'll tie up the scoreline at 5-5, and they still have plenty of money on the Astralis side, so that's good news, I suppose, but what a round.
Well, what a great round, and good shot from Device. Obviously, you do like to see that. 5-5, a good retake. Flank coming in quick. That actually B-take, it looked pretty clean. It just ended up taking a little bit longer than Astralis would have liked. That's a thing of beauty, and obviously doesn't know there's going to be a second flanker. Again, though, much like Nuke, a costly victory for North after a series of losses. They lost 3 in a row, and this one they only survived with 1 single player alive. So the money is still terrible. Still on the verge of being reset. Ooh.
Again, he's good with those shots. As you said, some of the decision-making has not been exactly what we want from the AWPer, but he's like 70% of the way there.
I mean, those are the same kind of things that we said about Device when he first switched over to the AWP. Was obviously the skills there. Some of the decision-making is a bit suspect, and it'll be fun to track that as it goes. Glaive burning a little bit down to half HP.
Who would have thought? MSL, the in-game lead, or extraordinaire. Are you ready for that, Moses?
Yeah, I mean, he's ready to reignite the era. He had a taste of it.
Stay back. Make it a whole week this time.
Listen, if you keep doubling the length of the arrow, eventually
it's going to work. Some really good smokes landing on that side towards Library, towards Little Pit. Vald is still going to get the kill on Glaive and shoulder peek. MSL not going to bite, waiting for the 4-1, and Device will go down. Sip and Magus 2-on-5. This is looking like a flawless defense right now from North, and MSL has got the right idea. Sip, just removes the gun at the wrong time. That's a bit frustrating. Gotta keep it cool right here. Only 20 seconds, so no scope not connecting. The follow-up will, though, taking down me. Headshot as well, why not? Sip is absolutely stuck in this pit. He should find a way to die in the next 10 seconds, and KRB will take him down.
Would have liked to get one more kill. What a round from the captain. MSL, that man on your screen. Beautiful openings, and he really stumped Astralis before they could even begin. You could see them looking a little bit lost even once they had control of brackets, but the great thing about this round from MSL is the fact that he's getting 2 opening kills and even surviving inside that bomb site under pressure. Remember, their back was against the wall with that buy. They had nothing behind it. They had no cash built up, and that allows them to have some kind of breathing room, some kind of buffer.
Oh, well, that's a trade. That happened so quickly. I can't even believe it. I didn't even see Glaive. I just saw him click the mouse and somebody died, and then he was dead 1 millisecond later.
I didn't even see him get a kill. I just saw Volda die.
That's a bit weird.
Oh, not bad. Either way, 4-on-4, going to spread the defense out. Now you're going to have to see North make some kind of a decision. You have KRB right behind the back wall listening for information. AZ inside of that B bomb site, far away, lined up with a pop flash, waiting for that footstep that's going to throw it. He tosses it early just for information so they can find out what's going on. Unfortunately, Astralis is way farther back than KRB expected.
It's going to put a lot of pressure on the defense now. Alone on the bomb side is AZ. MSL playing over by Archway and Nico in the pit. So they are literally spread out as far from each other as you can be.
And Nico is the only one with the smoke. So there's nothing that AZ can do to delay, nothing that he can do to kind of hold on. He's just got to hold it all down on his own. It's Nico who's going to have the most pressure applied to him. But he stands tall to the task where this is going to be a B hit. Only that sole defender.
AZ back here. He's got the health for it, but he's going to need some good headshots in the next 30 seconds. Sprays in. He actually does a lot of damage to Dupree. Great follow-up. The double kill. Now the triple. Shutting down Device. That is beautiful. They just weren't able to do it. He's only one person there. You'd think he'd be isolated really quickly, but just the fact that the first spray does the extra damage to Dupree, so helpful. You
have a decision when you're in AZ's position here. You can either just kind of hide and wait for them to get close up and hopefully they don't clear it, or hopefully, you get that one kill and you're able to follow it up with a spray, or you can take that early peek as they enter into the steps. And he takes the peek and he just finds a timing. If you don't have that timing or you miss that initial shot, you're just kind of pinned down and you're going to get hunted down and you're going to get taken out eventually. He finds a great timing where no one's looking. And able to build a triple kill off of it. Desperate stand for him that comes out on top, and now it's Astralis back to pistol. Some light armor purchased up. They have a bit of a losing bonus building with 3 losses in a row. So this half-buy isn't going to do anything scary to their economy moving forward. North feeling much more confident here. An amazing switch. Great teamwork. AZ again in triple kill. He's going to follow it up. A shutdown, and it's 8-5, and North looking to close this half strong.
Once again, they're doing such a good job in the first half of this map. They did it on Nuke as well. Unfortunately, all of that steam went away in the second half, but on Inferno, we've got to hope that they've got a bit more to show once they get to that T side. But so far, the CT side has been looking really good. Some answers lacking from Astralis. That the B hits have been decent. They don't really know how to deal with this ult from MSL. And again, he's going to be shutting down Magus. Could fall back and just play it safe. There's no point in fighting any longer. Deep grenade. He almost gets taken down. Indeed, Glaive is going to catch him.
Again, just not evacuating quick enough after that shot. Volda playing behind the smoke, very close. Zipnix almost comes out. It is a nice smoke that MSL throws off the wall to extinguish that Molotov and create the gap for that exact peak, and you coordinate that with the pop flash of a teammate from the B bomb, so you can see how deadly it is to get that opening kill. Not able to keep the man advantage in their favor. How fast, how aggressive do Astralis want to do this? Molotov going to slow him down. That's going to allow his teammate to get into the bomb site as well.
Good grenade. Valda with the follow-up kill, taking down Sip under a minute now. We're all coming in from the low ground here, which is a bit of a problem. Trying to see if they can wrap around. That was a team flash, I believe, taking down Glaive. Never a good thing indeed. And now they're walking into a bit of a crossfire here, running very low on health. Dupree Just a little bit away from it. Nice jump up from Valda. Good round from him. The double and the triple at the end. Just making it work. 9-5 as we move into round number 15 here. You see Ave getting a bit excited now. He's starting to feel it.
It's a little bit of a switch up from North as well on this defense. You know, Valda, since he's been in this team, has been the primary pit player, and they've put Nico there now. You see Valda being a little bit more of a rotation, a little bit more mobile, allows him to read the game as well, which is always a good thing with a player like Valda. I don't know if you've had any like extensive chats with Valda, but he's a fun guy to talk about Counter-Strike with.
Yep. He has a really high level of confidence in his own understanding of the game, I would say, which is always fun to talk to people who know what they're doing. Device is good shutdown of MSL, finally to get rid of the AWP, but Valda there for the return, and see if Astralis can crack this one and maybe just get a 6th round on the board. I think 5 is not too miserable, but I think they'd probably like a bit more. I think that 6th round would secure them, yeah, a bit of a better chance in the second half. Got more of a buffer if you lose the pistol.
Xyp9x trying to make noise in halls, maybe to pull away Valda from close to mid. He's going to still take that challenge. It's the bomb down. 2 players at top banana, very far away. Pulls a 3rd player over here, though. North, in a 4-on-3, going to cheat a player towards that A bomb site, perhaps because they spotted the bomb. A is being pressured, all the meanwhile Xyp9x sticking around. If they get AZ, they might be able to turn this into a fake, but he shuts down that opening duel with Glaive, and I think that's going to seal it. 2 players at each bomb site, 1-on-2. Nice frag from Xyp9x. Still a little bit desperate.
Needs one more. And Nico's in a great position here. Sip does have a Molotov. Is he actually going to grenade it? He will. Nico forced out. That's, again, what is with this guy? He's going to get shot at the back eventually, but there are so many positions you can Molotov there, and he just chooses exactly the right one, giving Magisk at least a chance. There's going to be a bomb plant, and it's a 1-on-2, and this is a round that can really have a big impact on this game. Down in the pit he goes. They have 1 smoke to maybe block him off, so needs a quick kill. There's the headshot. And now AZ going to be coming in from the other side. Magisk goes for the peek, and it looks so easy. Shutting it down. Beautiful stuff, and we're going to head right over to Stunner at halftime.
The electrifying atmosphere down here is just a little bit too much for me to contain. Nonetheless, though, Xyp9x was on a tear on Nuke, and he's trying to pick it back up here as we are on Inferno. Now, you know, North is not giving that up by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. If there's one thing American sports have taught me, it's that regional games, that these sort of rivalry games, if you will, are all about head games. You know, it's all about the psyops. It's something maybe perhaps Anders has a little bit more insight on, as he is one of the smartest men that I've ever known. Anders, is that the case?
I like the idea of psyops. Listen, I get really deep into that, Moses. I'm happy that he said that. If you want, I can go on a bit of a rant about, you know, about the CIA in the 60s, about all that stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
It's early in the morning? All right. We'll save it for tomorrow then.
Yeah.
We'll just give you a whole history rundown. It's great. But I think he's right, though. I mean, it's true. There is so much at stake here, and I think, you know, we said North have lost the last 3 games that they played against Astralis, right? They're 0-3 against Astralis right now.
Yeah.
Once you win that first game, once you break through that wall, as I think Machine was saying, once you can make that work, it's really a different thing, right? Like, that next games are going to be easier. You get a little bit going your way.
We've had those in the past, right? That's always the talk. And you always see teams play a little bit looser once they finally get that win.
So I think there's a lot on the line here for North to try and get that done.
I'll tell you what, though. I mean, even a losing effort on Nuke and even on this map, I mean, this is looking like this is probably the best I've seen this North lineup play ever. So, I mean, you got to be at least excited about that.
Yes.
Even if you know, Nuke, that scoreline did get a little bit spread out. Maybe not as kind to them as it probably looked watching the game. 1 smoke here at this B bomb site. Glaive has it inside the bomb site, waiting for contact on Xyp9x before dropping it. I don't know if that smoke will plume fast enough. Actually, if North turns this corner fast, they might be able to beat that smoke. All depends on how North decides to use their utility.
I was going to say, I don't think they're going to stop. Like, once they go, that smoke from Glaive isn't going to shut anyone down. They're just going to keep doing it. Sip at the corner, and yet they're going to run right through Glaive, trying to see if they can maybe make this crossfire work, but Glaive is out of it. Now Sip just... He got a little bit more than he was asking for there.
Well, he got a bullet in the face from Device, who was just spamming it. I think he walked right into it and then followed up from Valda, I believe that was. Yeah, this becomes a tough situation. I don't even think Glaive had a kit. He had the smoke, he had a CZ, so didn't have money for a kit. And now, with time running low, Astralis just going to have to hit headshots.
They're already waiting for quite a bit. Long range with the P250 as Valor takes one. Can he do a bit more? No, they're going to back out and just try and see if they can get some more kills on the board as this round is going to run out. That is a massive win for North here. Winning the pistol, already being up 9-6. They're going to be very excited about that. And shutting down Device towards the end of it. 10-6 now. And if they can just hold on to the win, we're going to get another conversion, Moses?
Yeah, we haven't had one yet in this series. And Astralis are the masters of this second round on Inferno on the CT side. Upgraded pistols coming out. You imagine a lot of smoke's going to be there. Yep, all 5 players with a smoke. 1 flashbang as well on Glaive. Couple players with armor. See if they can do it. North up 10-6. If they're able, I mean, this would be a brilliant round for North to win. If they can convert this, there's the flashbang. I'm just taking a decent amount of damage, but this is a little bit different. Normally they play stall for time back at the B bomb site. This time they're going deep, and they've already used 2 smokes, so it's not that classic style that we've seen out of them on this map. If North can convert this, this really puts them in the driver's seat for the rest of this map.
Yeah, it would be unlikely, I feel like, that they would give up the game at that point. Then they'd be up, what, 12-6? Should be able to put us on that third map, which would be on Mirage. Maniac was sounding exciting about the idea of a Mirage between these two.
Nice opening kill from Kirby. Excited for when that frag comes out by an MP, the MP5.
It's time, isn't it?
You haven't used it yet, have you?
I haven't actually had the chance to use it. I did that one episode of Theorycraft, and then I was back to doing real work, Moses.
You just say these things. I don't think you actually do them. Here's the cool thing about the MP5 is it has a silencer on it, right? So
yes.
Did you ever play GoldenEye back in the day? This is like old school stuff. If you didn't play GoldenEye, the story's going to fall a little bit flat. So thanks for that. It's great.
I'm sorry, Moses. I know everyone that I knew back then did, but I played Half-Life 1 Deathmatch, stuff like that.
Yeah, there's going to be some awesome people tuning in who are going to tweet at me that they know exactly what I'm talking about. In GoldenEye, which was the great first FPS I ever played for the Nintendo 64.
That was the first?
The first great one. There was some other ones. They were crap, though. But there's a boat level where you get like a silenced SMG, and you just get to run around this boat saving hostages. And it makes you feel so cool.
Hold on, you've never played Duke Nukem 3D?
I mean, I did, but not so much. I really didn't get into PC gaming until we didn't, you know.
Wolfenstein 3D?
Didn't get into that.
Man. Still, I'll accept it. I know a ton of people who really love that game.
GoldenEye
I've missed out. I can tell I've missed out.
You really did. There's, you know, a lot of cool stuff in that game.
We'll go back and do it, Moses. It won't be
You'd be an Oddjob player, so.
AZ turning the corner. They don't have any armor, and you can see the result really quickly shutting it down. A couple of grenades there on top, and the follow-up from AZ. Sip is absolutely gone. No chance for Device to do anything around this corner. In fact, he was just waiting for death, wasn't he?
Yeah, he knew it was coming.
He was playing by the coffins as well. So perfect.
He was prepared for the end.
Trying to make it easy on them.
He had a will drafted up. All of it. 12-6. Bit of a. Here's a question for North. You're in the driver's seat. Do you risk a bonus round? You've got a Galil and you've got 4 SMGs. Or do you upgrade some of those? Or do you just go for something wild?
I say risk it, Moses. Just do it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it's only the best team in the world you're playing against. What could go wrong?
It would be a knockout punch if they're able to convert this. But on the other hand, if it gets shut down, then we're in trouble. 2 players here, though. Device with the op. The flashbang doesn't work. He can't get away. That's the power of those SMGs moving up quickly, but the smoke cuts him off, and Dupree can hold on a little bit longer. A lot of pressure, and the flying MAC-10 Vega Squadron reincarnated.
He jumped around the corner with a MAC-10 and it worked. They're on the bomb side. It's a 3-on-3, and let's just see if they can do this, North. You're right. It would be a knockout punch. It could be very expensive if they may get it wrong. Valda going to be taking down Magus. That's a good kill. And look at how active he's being. He could wait, but he's actually going to try and be pivotal and just jump on top of and look over the smoke. It's a good idea. The rest of Astralis have already made their way out, so it just works for North. This is beautiful. Surely this means a third map.
That's not, you know, what's the
Surely,
saying?
Moses.
Yeah, surely. Famous last words.
I'm just really excited. Just Think about how doubtful we were of North yesterday in their performance against the Tyloo.
On this map, yeah.
Yeah, on this map. And it was looking very strange, and this is just looking like a much better team. Gotta love it.
They seem extremely focused. Even in that first half on Nuke, you could tell they were playing things very intelligently. And this time, you know, a Nuke, they kind of seemed to soften it up, or maybe not had what it takes when they got over to the T side. On Inferno, obviously they've had a great start in the second half. They haven't even had to go into the playbook yet with that kind of a fast rush up mid. But even on the CT side, they look great. Patient, poised, making sure they don't get picked off. They know they have a huge advantage. Just don't run into these M4s. Don't give anything up for free. Glaive, that's a nice, clever little spam with the follow-up.
A lot of damage. Now he's close range, and I don't think they were expecting him to be that. I think they thought he must have fallen back after that initial engagement, but at least they get the trade. Now Sip playing close, just turning for the flashbang, and they have to go and pick up the bomb, and because there's just a tiny gap at the edge of that smoke, he's going to be able to make that work.
This is a disaster. This is not good. If you're North, 2 M4s come into this round and they're shutting you down at the moment. MSL couldn't even try and make anything happen after that bomb gets dropped the second time. He's too low HP to turn the corner. He just now feels safe enough to do it. Actually, he's challenging. He's insane.
Maybe it's the shell shock, Moses. Maybe he's just lost his mind a little bit. Molotov doesn't really do anything to Sip up here, and they're going to come around the corner. Good headshot to open it up with. Device gets one. A little team damage, I think, on top of that, but AZ and Valder are still alive. And let's just see if Astralis can finish what they started. The spam through, not really connecting, not getting the angle with the Deagle. And, oh my god, that's a shot from Mig. He's taking down Valder at Banana. And that leaves AZ. He's done it before from this position. Tagging up Dupree a little bit now. Changing his position. This is really smart, actually. Not hiding by the new boxes, but playing by the pillar instead. They're getting dangerously close now, and he's going to have one chance. There's the headshot and the great follow-up. AZ with a quad kill. You can see the high fives coming out, and for good reason. Saving North and putting them at 14 rounds.
He has had quite a resurgence recently in this team. He was under heavy criticism for years, wasn't he? I mean, he was one of the players back in like 2015, 2016. We were just like, this guy's going to be incredible. And he went quiet. Did not live up to the pressure, did not live up to the hype and the potential. And here, I mean, recently, MSL put a lot of faith in him. MSL took a lot of flack for bringing him into this team. And he's certainly repaying the favor with great performances of recent memory.
Vice taking down MSL. Kind of the last stance here for Astralis. If they want any chance of winning this map, it's going to have to be right now. Backs against the wall. 4-on-4 in this round. And look at the switch up for North. A lot of fight over there, keeping 2 people on the B-bomb site, and then instantly they're going to wrap around and try and get in towards A here. Dupree with a good spray, shutting down AZ and almost taking Valder with him. Just continues here. Dupree, if he had more bullets, that would probably be the end of the round, but still a great job from him.
Nice hold from Astralis under a lot of pressure. Magisk and Dupree just playing it patiently, getting 1 kill, and even though you could have maybe got a double, just playing it safe and staying alive inside the bomb site and pit.
You mentioned that there was so much hype about AZ, and then he didn't really live up to it. I feel like that's a reoccurring theme in the world of Counter-Strike. We've seen it, like, I think it happened a little bit with Coaster. It had, like, is it our fault, Moses?
Yeah.
Are we the ones who are sort of like saying, yeah, this guy's going to be great, and then suddenly, what if we do it the other way? What if we say, I don't think he's good, I think he's never going to do anything? What if we do it the other way? Just follow Duncan, I guess, is what we're saying. Just do the Duncan line.
Yeah, you want just everyone turns into a Duncan?
Because I'm worried that we're sort of building all this hype for somebody, and then it doesn't really work out that way.
I like it that way though. Like there should be a lot of hype. There are a lot of players who have shown the talent. I mean, listen, I've said it a number of times. The talent is not the thing that's hard to find. Like the skill. There's a lot of people amazing at this game who never get a great chance.
True.
It's when you can put the rest of the game in. It's the teamwork. It's the knowledge of how to play the game that makes you a better player. And listen, I like hyping people up. I have a good time with it.
Well, my current...
You did go a little bit too far with Kusta.
I did.
Yeah. You said some outrageous thing.
I'm pretty sure that was actually you. But listen, my new favorite player to do that with is Wardell and Coasty.
Yeah?
I really like Wardell playing.
Okay.
He's going to be good. I hope we see him later on.
We're supposed to cast him next, isn't it?
I believe so.
Ghost?
Maybe. I think he's good fun. This game, 22nd round. Scoreline 14-7 in favor of North. They just need to close it out. Just finish this before Astralis really start to wake up here in Inferno. You don't want that a bit of an interesting improvise. Glaive sort of spraying and jumping, you know, on the other side of the smoke. Really don't want to see that at any point ever. They do have a 4-man stack here, so North might be running into an enormous amount of trouble any second now. They're trying to see if they can make the wrap around. They've got one player in apartments as well. Good smoke there to block off the bomb site, but Glaive is still going to get the kill on MSL. And now, just a great follow-up. They're all getting shut down. Nobody goes down for Astralis. It's 14-8. I'm getting that nervous feeling, Moses.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Just getting that weird feeling now.
I mean, Astralis did some of the classic Astralis chip damage on this map. I mean, before anyone from North is able to see someone from Astralis, there's nades, there's spam coming through the smoke. I think the unfortunate thing for North, they took a timeout just a couple rounds ago, and I think that might actually backfire. That gives Astralis a little bit of time to like breathe and calm down and look at the score. I think that might actually be worse for North. We'll see if they can close it out. That round was just steady pressure, but hold the phone. It's a B-rush. Glaive gonna line him off. So much damage, but great kills. AZ again will keep saying his name. He's delivering for North, and they're gonna come through that smoke. They don't care whatsoever. Magisk is here holding the line. He gets a double kill. Falls back in a triple. Stellar work from Magisk on the rotation, and it's just MSL. It looks so good, and so quickly it's taken away.
It was great. Easy. What a beautiful opening for him. But then the return for Megas. The fact that he doesn't reload after the first 2 kills, the temptation must have been there, but holding it in, and now it's all on MSL. He's got the bomb. He's got so much time. And he's actually using that time smartly right now. If he can win this fight, might be a chance for him. Bit of an off angle. He still picks it up against Dupree. That is really great. The headshot to take him down, and now it's a one-on-one. And this could be more or less the map. He's just running for it, and Magus is reading this so well. The triple probably going to be turned into a quad kill here. MSL inside of the smoke putting that bomb down, but Magus has got him covered, and that's just so smart play. MSL going to feel a little bit outplayed from that, I think.
Well, I also know, looking at that, you can always say, 50-50. You know, Magisk just took a guess and rotated over, but there's also a lot of knowledge of that, of having played these guys so much and played, in practice and everything, and you kind of understand the tendencies. Who's going to be the guy that runs to the other side of the map? Who's going to be the guy that runs to the base banana and comes back to B? Like, and that's where those decisions come in. Experience with each other. Obviously, AZ opens up that bomb site, but Magisk got there just at the right moment. They could have chosen to hit the pause button on that, North.
They could have, yeah.
They've had a style in this half, though, where like they've had some initial action or contact somewhere on the map, and then once they make that second decision of where to go after that, it's very convincing. They don't kind of second guess it. They take a fight and they either keep going forward or they rotate back and they hit that bomb site. So
I really feel like North they're just at the finish line, Moses. They've done all the work. They've handed in all the papers. It's all looking good.
Yeah.
You ever done that in an exam where you written exam, you get out like you finish
You're the
half an hour early,
yeah,
and you get out and people discuss the questions afterwards, and someone says like a little detail that realizes you've made a huge mistake.
No.
You haven't that? I have that happen.
Sounds like you've had those chills.
Yeah, I'm having a really bad flashback. I should stop doing this to myself.
We do the scan trial. We did like the ABCD thing. So.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
All right. School in America is
We never
easier,
had to actually think. You just kind of memorize.
Good thing that doesn't reflect in you, Moses. You've made it out.
Yeah, I'm out. It's done.
14-9 North, just stalling ever so slightly here, just at the tip of winning the game. They've got it. They've got it, Moses, and then not quite.
It's a classic storyline. we do love to follow it. Molotov out. Dupree's going to have a lot of pressure. Here's your favorite strategy. That waterfall out of Palace, doubled up in the bomb site, though. So Astralis is just going to give up pit. They say, you can have it. But you're definitely not taking the bomb site.
And more people are rotating in. There's now 4 men here for Astralis on the bomb site. And you could kind of tell the North, they were hoping to catch somebody down there. Now they're weirdly jumping around on the other side of the smoke hole. They're not really doing all that much. It's a good double, though. Kirby and Nico getting 1 each. And weirdly, Astralis weren't actually able to hold the bomb site, which is a little bit disappointing in a way.
Oh, that hurts Glaive. Going to have to slow down. This would be a big kill if Zipnix can read that play, but I think he's just gone past. It was a nice attempt. It was a good thought. Glaive with the trade. Now he can box him into the bomb site. 2 on 3. Everyone inside this fight, but they get aggressive. Multiple players peeking, and Device needs to get out with that AWP. You do not want to lose the expensive weapon. If you get away with this, you can still have a pretty solid buy Astralis into the next round, and Device has got to give it up and play for OT.
Astralis played that so well. As you said, they let them have the pit, so they did the hard part, which is sort of not going down to the initial flashbang barrage that was coming in.
Yep.
And then they just lost 2 fights for. I mean, they had a really, really good crossfire setup. They had 4 men there, and it wasn't enough.
Every crossfire looks great until that first player goes down for free, right? Like,
yeah.
And Caribbean hits a stunner coming out of halls, finding that kill into the site, and then the player in the corner is just like, well, I can't do anything, especially when they hard clear the corner in that fashion. 15-9, and MSL calls another timeout, and I think there's 1 left for North. 6 rounds to do it.
Yeah, now would be the time to walk away with it. Don't get into OT. Don't try and mess with anything like that. It's entertaining for the viewers, but right now, if you're North, probably not thinking about that.
No.
Just want to get on that 3rd map. And the weaponry for Astralis. Saving the AWP, holding on to a little bit there, but the rest, the UMPs and then 3 M4s, not exactly. It's not too bad. They've got some grenades. It's not too bad actually. I'll take it back.
Take it all back.
It's acceptable.
Okay. That was a nice progression to follow along with.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure where it was going. Bit of a roller coaster.
Here we go. More of a default style coming out of North in this round. Taking over A halls. Smoke at top mid. It's going to be Device with it off at the B bomb site, peering down Banana all on his own, as we see so frequently. 3 players pushed up close in brackets for Astralis to have a top mid defense. Here come the lineups for utility counters. Oh, Glaive with the peek. I don't even know if he necessarily heard that position from MSL, but just went out and just spammed it. Maybe he heard the pin of the grenade and knew exactly what was being thrown, but that's a good advantage for Astralis.
Kind of beginning they need it. Device going to go for a bit of a peek here and instantly ready with the grenade. Actually goes a little bit further back than I was expecting. He still gets the leg shot in the follow-up kill on Kirby. That's a little bit strange.
That's got to be frustrating. Get lagged, landing fire. Everyone's here. This is going to be a solid, a clean win for Astralis. That UMP will get upgraded to an AK-47. So if you're going to start a comeback 6 rounds in a row, best way to do it is put some economy underneath you, get some wind in your sails, and Astralis have done just that. 5 more.
Just 5 more rounds for the Astralis side. It won't be, all the rounds won't be equally difficult. North are going to run out of money after this one if they can't complete this round. So some of them are going to maybe a little bit easier. They obviously know that. Just a wall of fire as they have to run through MSL. He had to commit to that because otherwise he was just going to burn alive on the inside. More grenades coming in. And Nico with a great return. Sip has to stand his ground, has to win the next one too. And more jumping around the corner as Kirby finishes him with the C-set 75. Still a 3-on-3. The bomb plant is almost immediate. What a risk to take from Kirby, but it's so good. The pressure right now on Astralis is so much.
It really is. And look how far away they are. And, oh, North has everyone set up. This is so perfect. Valde getting all this information, knows the flag is coming in. Oh, Dupree's looking at it as he runs, baits him out with the footsteps. That's beautiful. AZ with a good kill, though, and he stepped up big in these moments.
Absolutely has. A 2-on-2, and this is looking very good for North right now. Again, remember, the bomb plant was planted so early that Astralis have to run. There's Device taking down one. It's all on AZ. They're in front. They've got the smoke up. They can't... Oh, no! It actually isn't, and now the fire is on the bomb. This might have been it for AZ. He's got 1 kill already, and I think he just won the map. The spray is in, and there's no chance. 16-10 as North take down Astralis on map number 2. And we're going to go to a 3rd map. What a way to win it. The Molotov on top of the bomb, canceling all the hope. I actually thought that smoke was covering it.
I did too, but AZ finds the gap, or maybe it's just a missed smoke. And AZ, I think he was 26-13 at the end of it.
Yeah.
That is a performance and a half to force the map 3. You mentioned it before the series began that North needed a win of this stature, needed to win a series, and they put themselves in a position to do it. That's a great, great map from North.
Yeah, they did an amazing job, and they are looking way more solid. They were early on Nuke as well, and they won Inferno.
I think if we did that Twitch chat vote of who would win, I think we'd see much different values going into the 3rd map. Either we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we are going to deliver that 3rd map. It is going to be Mirage, so stay tuned.